I streamed all afternoon and I didn't even get around to tackling this. That's okay, we get a little spicier on the live streams. Check your notifications, bookmark my channel if you like my content. YouTube will not send it to you. It only wants to send it to the people who can't stand me for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's my personality. Maybe it's because I talk about things that might not be super popular sometimes, or I give unpopular opinions and takes from time to time. I am Mecha Random 42. I am your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy, and this little bit of information, there's a couple of things. First up, my poof didn't poof. There you go. You saw the thumbnail. Margot Robbie is the first bit of this. This is a double dose, a double shot of Suicide Squad. News, facts, something. Entertainment. It is a double shot of entertainment involving the film The Suicide Squad that should be out soon. I haven't really been talking about it a lot because I haven't done any really outrageous, clickbaity, woke marketing to try and get people angry over anything. Here's a funny thing though. Now, we got both of these coming from Bounding Into Comics today, because they're kind of related. Margot Robbie announces she's taking a break from Harley Quinn, hints that Warner Brothers has no roadmap for DC Comics and films. Basically, what I'm interpreting that as saying is that DC has no crapping idea what they want to do with anything, and she's not gonna wait around for them to call her. She's a very busy and talented and popular actress. She doesn't need to wait around for them, because she's gonna be doing independent stuff. She's going to be doing Oscar things. She's in DiCaprio stuff with him. She's in friggin' Tarantino movies. She is way too big to be wasted withering away, waiting around for them to do something right with Harley Quinn, as much as I'm kind of put off by the character anymore. She's taking a break. Here you go. Harley Quinn actor who portrayed the character says she's taking a break from the character. Yay. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly, revealed she'd been taking a break following the release of Suicide Squad. I was kind of back-to-back filming Birds of Prey and filming this, so I was kind of like, oof, I need a break from Harley because she's exhausting. Robbie added, I don't know when we're next going to see her. I'm just as intrigued as everyone else. The actress also hinted that the DC comic films do not have a roadmap when she reacted to the fact that Harley Quinn was killed off screen, as revealed during the epilogue of Snyder's Justice. Oh, was she? See, I didn't make it that far because I found it to be kind of boring. I fell asleep right around the time where they were playing with their mother's box for about an hour. Is that what they were talking about? I don't know. I don't think I even saw Superman by the time I woke up. I'm like, I'm not gonna try and redo this out. Like, there was a whole hour I slept through. That third hour, it's brutal. So, you know who else calls superhero movies a little boring? Oh, and before we get into who else thinks it's boring, well, you saw the thumbnail. You know who we're talking about. When pressed for her reaction on this revelation, she responded, I guess it's kind of like the comics. She elaborated, the film version of the DC universe, I actually think they're a lot like the comics. You pick up one comic and something's happened. Then you pick up the next comic and maybe the character's not alive. Maybe the character's not with that person. Maybe the character looks completely different. Each movie is its own sort of thing. I think that works in the comic book world, and I think that works in the DC film world as well. It's not like Marvel, where everything is more obviously linked in a more linear way. Except when they pull in like multiverse stuff and start retconning and rebooting and quote unquote fixing. Are they fixing it? Are they going to? Is it broken yet? I'm going to say, is it broken yet? I don't think Marvel's broken yet. I think it's really, really going that way. As a consumer advocate, I'm seeing the reactions of a lot of the fans, and it doesn't look super hot so far. But then, of course, you're always going to have the people who love everything. So it feels like there's so many adjacent stories, worlds, and films happening at the same time, just like there are in the comics. She continued, so yeah, I didn't know that, but it doesn't necessarily change what the other people are able to do this universe. I don't think what one director decides, I don't think dictates what another director might be able to pick up and do with the world and the characters, which is fun. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. They wanted the Patty Jenkins stuff to interconnect with the Snyder stuff. Part of why Patty Jenkins from Wonder Woman, actually the director from Wonder Woman, did not want to do Justice League. They wanted her to. She wanted to have more of a standalone movie that didn't play with all the interconnected characters. So she wanted to have like a side one that could kind of be in the universe, but not if it needed to be. She didn't want to have to follow the canon and continuity so much. I've done videos on it. If I can find where they are, I'll pull them up and link them somewhere or add a thumbnail. If not, yeah, that's one of the things that we've seen with a lot of this. It also kind of makes a clusterfuck for your viewing audience, because how many Jokers do we have running around on screen now? We got Jared Leto,
Batman.
We've got Joaquin Phoenix. We've got, I'm sure I'm missing a few right now. And as a regular, everyday, normie viewing audience member myself, sometimes, who liked the 60s Batman show, I'm pointing to it up there. You can't see it. Why am I pointing to it? Anywho, this stuff, when you have too many, it just kind of gets confusing, and your normies stop paying attention to the continuity. I've seen a post about this with Star Wars recently, too, where they say, yes, your normies are not going to pay as much and close attention as to continuity as the nerds, right? The comic book fans. Those are the people you really want to make happy, because if they're happy, you're not going to have a whole bunch of random people like me stumbling across a lot of negative reviews of something, or people reading and screaming and complaining about how, you know, they flopped whatever character to a whammon now, or they did something stupid with the continuity, or they did something that didn't line up with the comics, right? Because that is going to be a movie that we're already going to have a couple of red flags going off in the back of our head for. But since we do have somebody else who is talking about how boring some of these movies are, not all of them, some of them are pretty good. James Gunn describes most current superhero movies as boring. Don't say things while you're still in the good graces of Hollywood, because they did try and cancel you over the you-know-what thing way back when, and I'm not even going to mention it. The fact that he's back in Hollywood now doing Suicide Squad, they're bringing him back for Guardians of the Galaxy. They fired him from Disney over quote-unquote questionable. We all know what happened. I don't think I was even doing YouTube talking about movies and stuff so much then. I think this might be a bad look for James Gunn, don't you think? Don't you think that maybe they're going to be a little irritated with him after he says that? As correct as he probably is. Like I said, very bored with the Suicide Squad movie, the Justice League. So bored with it, I didn't remember the name of it. Suicide Squad director James Gunn recently described most of the current superhero movie fare as boring. As reported by Screen Rant, Gunn spoke with SFX magazine where he provided his opinion. They're mostly boring to me right now. Then he added, laughs, I love them at the beginning, and there's still people trying to do different things with them, so it's not 100% rule, but a lot of them are boring. Yeah, and the fact that he said one little line about it is going to probably have the entire reading masses of the internet coming down on him saying, your movie's boring, and you're not. He's allowed to have his opinion on it, and you know what? Zack Snyder's Justice League was crappy boring. It really was. He didn't name which superhero films he was talking about, although there have been quite a few of them released in the past 2 years, including Birds of Prey, Bloodshot, The New Mutants, Wonder Woman 1984, and the Justice League, and Black Widow. Oh, yeah. Black Widow, kind of boring. Sorry, it really, really was. I was okay up until, like, the pig, and then you just lost me with the rest of the movie, and you irritated me. Snyder's Justice League, couldn't finish it. It was boring. Wonder Woman 1984, not a good movie. New Mutants, I didn't see. I don't know what Bloodshot is either. I didn't see that. But Birds of Prey, not a very good movie. I wouldn't call Birds of Prey super boring right now compared to Justice League, but... And I get it, it's an aesthetic, and people are going to be mad at me, and yes, I'm happy people got their movie. Doesn't make it any less boring. It just makes it a longer, boring movie for me. There's also been quite a few number of superhero television shows as well. That includes The Boys, Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Batwoman, Supergirl, Black Lightning, I didn't know about that one, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, Ragnarok, The Umbrella Academy, Warrior Nun. Warrior Nun? That's new to me. Watchmen and Jupiter's Legacy. I'm exhausted reading those. I can't imagine being somebody who's trying to keep up with every single one of these stories on every single one of these. My hat's off to you. I mean, not like I wear a hat or anything, but as for Gunn, he's quite entranced in superhero fare. He did the first two Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, we know that. And he's going to be filming a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special outside of Marvel's Suicide Squad. Yes, the Suicide Quad. It's a little RV that four-wheels your movie viewing audience through the forest. I don't know what I'm talking about. Comes out later this year, and he has a Peacemaker spinoff series in the works at HBO Max. Yay! So, he also plans to ensure the Suicide Squad is not boring. And, of course, they have the trailer for Suicide Squad. Like I said, they haven't really been using a lot of outrage, wokier than thou marketing. There's no, oh, men just don't want to see this movie because it's about women. Because they don't have that. You can't market a team-up superhero movie like that. We're getting boring stuff and not even experimental mistakes because people are afraid of getting canceled, Donald Glover now says. Which is probably true. It's really, really, absolutely the case. They feel like they can't experiment with the aesthetic. Also, because some of them know they're not that good. Ooh, throwing some shade. So, do you think a lot of superhero movies are kind of boring lately? Some of them are okay. Some of them are better than others. And I think there's a lot of... If there wasn't superhero fatigue before 2020, there's certainly superhero fatigue now. Because, like I said, I got exhausted just reading off the list. So, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with James Gunn? Is he really, really irritating everybody who are now going to go and watch his movie or had forgotten that he got canceled a couple years back? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
We live in a society, Batman.
White bell